everybody. Episode 2 of the World's Podcast with my co-host Warren Evans.
How's it going on?
Today, we have a big guest, Division 1 kid, commit Maysen Hill. Very pleased to have you.
Hey, y'all.
And let's get right into it, Warren.
So how's the process been? Committing to Fordham, that's big time. How's it been?
It's been rough. There was definitely some bumps along the way, but I'm happy and thankful for where I ended up.
Oh yeah.
So can you kind of like talk about us, like what got you into basketball, like where'd you grow up and had that whole thing started?
I grew up in South Kingstown, Rhode Island, which, as some of you might know, is a big sports town. And at the time, it was very basketball based, and a lot of people played basketball. We were winning state championships, all that. So I was really young, and I had played soccer as my first sport, and I got into basketball a little bit. But I ended up giving basketball up. I wasn't really interested. I kept going with soccer. And then one day I was on a play date with my friend, and she actually had played for the little town league, and I went to her game because we were having a play date, duh. And then I asked to get in the game, and they let me in the game, and I literally never stopped playing after that. So that's how I got into basketball.
So what made you pick St. Andrews then for these 4 years?
I think that obviously it's local, and I just think it's a really good program to be so close to me, I feel like. And we had gone in contact with Coach Bassini, and she expressed her interest, and we did too, and me and my sister ended up here, and it's been great ever since.
That works out really good. Like that. So how are you guys looking for this year? What are we thinking?
Oh,
Triple
this year?
Champs?
Yeah.
Knapsack champs.
Yeah, I'm thinking we've never had a bad team here. In my time here, we've never had a bad team whatsoever, but we've never pulled through really and shown that. So I feel like this year we have no choice really. We have a really, really good team. It's kind of impossible not to show that. So we should definitely come out on top for sure.
Fire.
So what's different about this team from previous years, would you say? The mentality or?
I feel like we've been together the longest, if that makes sense. It's kind of relative times the same almost, but I just feel like we have a lot more experience together, and we've been in the gym for a lot of time together, so we have more chemistry. And I feel like with this team we all want to work for each other rather than working individually, and that's definitely a good characteristic to have in a team. So I think that's definitely going to show and help us this season.
Sounds good.
I know your sister used to go here. I know you and Jamie are super, super close. So how was that experience kind of playing with her over 2 years when you were here?
That was fun. It was demanding for sure, because when it comes to your sister, you don't really have a filter. So she was everyone else kind of, they were let me down soft, telling me come on, you gotta do better. But her, she was straight up, and she told me that was bad, don't do that again. You're not supposed to do this and that, you know what I mean? She gave me my props when it was due, but she definitely was straight up, and I think that helped me in the long run. But we definitely got a lot closer, and I'm thankful that I was able to have the opportunity, because I know not a lot of people do.
So what's your strongest trait, would you say, on the court? Are you more of a playmaker, shooter?
I'm not sure. I think I'm a playmaker in the aspect of myself and with other people. I don't really know. I'm not really good at the little sneak passes, but when they're there, I try it definitely. And I feel like I have a really good vision and good predicting skills. So, because as a point guard, you kind of need to have those traits. So I feel like those are one of my strong suits, and it kind of helps, because I feel like I can predict what's gonna happen. So I'll direct traffic really, and I feel like that's really good on my part.
That's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So I know you're going into Fordham. I know Warren mentioned you're a Division 1 commit. Congratulations on that. It's a really big achievement.
You.
So how have you kind of been getting ready for that process going into Division 1 level?
We recently just got back into weight training because we kind of stopped just because we had no direction. We didn't really want to waste our time in the weight room because none of us knew what we were doing. But I feel like we just recently got back in the weight room. We've been working out hard with my partner, Haley. We've been putting in work and lifting, doing arm days, leg days, ab workouts, and I feel like I'm already growing. And I know when you get to college, it's like a whole different ballgame really when it comes to weightlifting. And I feel like I'm preparing well. Obviously, nothing's gonna prepare me perfectly because I know it's gonna be a whole different ballgame there. But I feel like with the work I'm doing now, I feel pretty confident stepping in the weight room there.
And then what kind of made you, I know your sister plays at Charleston right now, what kind of made you choose Fordham over Charleston?
Fordham, I feel like I understand Charleston is a great program, and I knew that they were interested, and I was interested in them for sure. And they have a great staff and everything, and I knew them through my sister. I've been around them before, and I do love the environment over there. I just feel like I don't know. I just felt something different with Fordham. It's just people were telling me, "Oh, you'll feel it when you know, like when you know," and I didn't think that was true until I actually felt it, and I was on the campus for the second time because I went on my official. I went on unofficial my junior year, and my senior year I went on my official, and I actually really did feel it there, and it just felt like somewhere I could really grow and start something great, and I'm excited for it.
Do you think you chose Fordham because of the location too? Do you really like being like in the city part?
Yeah, I want to be an entrepreneur, like a business owner and a model if possible. So I feel like there's no other like hot spot to do that other than New York City, and it's right outside the gates. So
yeah, it's pretty good.
City of possibilities.
yeah, opportunities.
Yeah. So I have a quick question. So what business major are you thinking about going in Fordham?
I'm not sure yet. I don't really know. Is it any entrepreneurship? I think that's it. I don't know.
Probably business or something.
Yeah, I'll look more into it when I get there. I just have kind of a wider idea of what I want to do, but I'm gonna definitely like narrow it down like when I really do get there and start.
So what made you pick Fordham then, out of all the choices? I know you had a lot.
Yeah, I don't really know. Well, I do, but like I can't really put a finger on it because it just kind of felt like home. It just felt like I belonged and I was wanted, and you know what I mean? I feel like they really do care for me as a person, and they want me to do better as all the other programs do, but it just felt real there, and I feel like I can definitely like flourish there. I feel like, I don't know if that makes sense. I can't really put a finger on it and tell you exactly what it is. There are plenty of reasons why, like really, but the like my personal reason, it just felt right for me, and yeah, that's basically.
No, so I know you're leaving high school. Are you gonna really miss St. Andrews, and how has St. Andrews kind of impacted you over these last 4 years being here?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Not gonna miss it, or
I am
Doesn't seem like a
gonna
big
miss
fan.
it.
should like bye? Like
I am
not
gonna
come
miss
back?
it, but I feel like I'm way too excited for college to like think of like missing here yet. But I'm sure when I get in college and it's all real and I'm in the real world, I'll definitely miss Will St. Andrews.
Can you like tell the people how like prep basketball and St. Andrews kind of have like prepared you to get to that next step, to the next level?
Oh my goodness. Basically, I played at South Kingstown for 1 year, and there was people around me and they didn't really take it seriously. It was like, and it wasn't their fault either. It was just they had their focus somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really as serious. We probably practiced like a few times a week after school. But I feel like here, it's a college prep program. Like, we practice preseason, we practice in the summer, we practice when people are sleeping in, we practice when you're on Christmas break, we practice when people are going on April vacation. You know what I mean? I just feel like it kind of prepares you for college because it is a job and it's 24 hours all around the clock. So I feel like the late nights here and the early mornings resemble and like simulate what college is gonna have in store for us.
For sure.
And when you left South Kingstown, did you want to? How was that when you really left? Like,
Yeah, I was excited to be surrounded with girls that had the same goals as me because definitely like iron sharpens iron, as Coach Hughes says. So I feel like it definitely pushed me harder and kind of shaped me into the player I am today because I feel like not that I rely on other people, but it definitely helps. And when people are encouraging you and pushing you and you have leaders to look up to, it just makes the whole process kind of harder in a way, but in the end it was worth it for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So I was playing under Coach Bastini. I know she's a real big time coach. Coached USA basketball, by the way.
She did.
Gold medal, won a gold medal too.
Yeah, no, Coach Bastini has been nothing but supportive of me my whole time here. She always wants the best for me and my teammates, and she's always made that clear. She's definitely a hard coach. She demands the best, and you know what I mean? She wants the best for you and whatever can come out of you. So I feel like it definitely, even like at the lowest of lows, that she's shown that she still believes in me and she still knows what I can do. And I feel like that's a very important time, because the emotions I felt like during my basketball career are like actually serious. And I feel like with a certain coach telling you like, oh, it will be okay, I know what you can do, it's okay, like get back up, try again, you know what I mean? I feel like that's really important. And I feel like basketball is a game of mistakes, so I feel like having a coach that understands that and is willing to help correct those mistakes and not really blame you for the mistakes is a big part. And I think that's definitely a big aspect of here. But she is very hard, and she wants us to play hard and win, and that shows. And I think with her push, we can definitely get that done.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Tell me about kind of your AAU experience. How did that go for you?
This season definitely wasn't my best, but I definitely played hard. Coach Yu definitely challenged me. She always does. She challenges anyone because she says that being comfortable doesn't allow growth. So I feel like her main goal was to push us out of our comfort zone to help us grow. And I think that she definitely has always done that for me, and I can say nothing but like I can only appreciate her for that, because it brought me to the player I am now. So I feel like I definitely played a bunch of different positions and tried a bunch of new things, and I'm thankful for that because it only made me more versatile player. But yeah, AAU's always been fun. It's been challenging, fast, demanding, and even at that, some kids, while some kids are out doing their summer thing, we're in the gym every single day for hours on end and no AC, you know what I mean? It's just a big challenge, but in the end, it's all worth it. And when you get to work those hot summer days and then travel and get on a plane and go show that in a different state and show what you can do, it's definitely rewarding.
And I wanted to talk about that. How was that experience, like traveling around the country and playing against the top competition? How did that really help you as a player? And what was that like?
It definitely was hard. There were a lot of eyes on me, I could say, not just me, but my teammates as well. From around here, we all were on the biggest stages, because with rivals, I feel like that was an opportunity we got. When you get to play for that program, you really just get to play on the biggest of stages, and there are plenty of eyes on you, plenty of opportunities, and I feel like it's definitely a challenge mentally. Also, along with the physical aspect, it's definitely challenging mentally, in the most part, because just trying to focus on the game is one thing, and then having all these eyes on you and all these tasks to complete is another thing. And I feel like it definitely, like I said, anything out of my comfort zone is only going to grow me. So I feel like that, after all those games and all those tournaments, I feel like I've grown from all that, all that discomfort and the challenges I was faced with. I feel like I definitely grown. So yeah.
So outside of basketball, what do you like to do in your free time?
I don't do much. I just hang out with my friends, my boyfriend, sleep. I don't do much because this sport is my life, and school comes right before that. So I feel like once those two things are checked off, my workout for the day and my schoolwork for the day, I feel like, I'm just recharged till the next time I gotta do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was I know you're in the band. I know me, her, and Laura were on a big performance coming up December 3rd. If you guys want to be there, please pop out, go flip up. How was that experience been being in a band? I know you're a guitar player, so you're a drummer, so.
Okay, I'm not the best guitar player. I don't know why they're saying that. But I feel like no one really knows this. Fun fact, I feel like I'm really musically inclined. If you catch me at home, I never stop singing. You can ask anyone I live with, I just be singing all the time. And I feel like I really would be a singer, like, if like people didn't have to watch me. But I think music is so fun. I was kind of down on myself when I saw it on my schedule this year, but I'm so excited for this little performance. I'm playing in 2 songs. Are you guys playing in 2 songs?
Not this one.
Yeah.
You're big time.
You know me, so.
You think you're gonna pursue that in college or no?
Probably not, but I did consider track and field actually. Not that it has anything to do with music, but I feel like I have done track in the past and I was pretty good at it. It was in middle school, but like still. I feel like I could, it would help. Like, you know, some sports put you at risk of injury in your main sport, but I feel like if I just run and really get in shape and compete in that aspect, I will have no types of conditioning issues and it will only help my basketball game.
Yeah.
So.
And Fordham was kind of pursuing you to do track, or was that kind of more on you?
It was kind of, this is like my first time saying it out loud. Like, I haven't told anybody this. I don't even know if it's possible, because I don't know about the seasons or whatever. Yeah. But I would, maybe. I'm not sure yet, but I'm thinking about it.
Oh, Mr. Riley would be happy if that
happened. And even considering track at St. Andrews at the end of the year. So, yeah.
So who knows? Big things are coming, right?
Yeah. So you might see me be a multi-sport athlete.
So kind of how has like your student aspect of St. Andrews like taught you to be like a grades person before an athlete? I know because Fordham's a really good university, so obviously you have to be a good student here at St. Andrews.
Yeah. St. Andrews doesn't play about the grades, and I never had to learn that the hard way, but I've witnessed people around me lose certain opportunities because they're not really staying on top of it. So I definitely put a little fire under me to do better. Although I did want to do great for myself, I've always been A's and B's student, so I feel like nothing really changed, but it definitely, when you take a sport so seriously and your grades can determine whether you get to pursue the sport or not, it just makes it 10 times more serious. And I feel like that just really pushed me to be the best I can be in the classroom, so I would never have to consider if I can play the next game or not. So yeah.
For sure, I like that.
And that's all because of the rules St. Andrews has put in place, so that our athletes can stay on top of it and still be good in the classroom while good on the field, on the track, on the basketball court, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't agree with the rules of St. Andrews, but they do it for a reason, to see the best in us, so they do want to.
Exactly.
Set you up for success.
Yeah, because some schools and like colleges, they kind of look down on athletes because they think that, they're just worried about their sport. But I feel like the products of St. Andrews and the kids that have come out of this program, I feel like are inclined in both aspects, in the classroom and on the court, or like I said, the field, any of that.
Yeah. Great example of that is Demetrius Nichols. He's assistant coach now at Wake Forest, but he came here about 2 years ago and gave a phenomenal speech and talked about his education at Syracuse. So I thought he did a really good job of that. And Coach Hart did the academic sport and basketball. So yeah. For you, Maysen, giving a speech maybe 10 years or no? At St. Andrews.
No, I would do that.
You would?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Talk about your experience.
Let me know in 10 years. I'll do that.
Yeah. So, have you ever thought about, after your basketball career, what would you like to be doing? Would you like to still be playing? Would you like to be going to coaching, going to modeling? I know you mentioned what would be modeling.
I want to do modeling for sure, but I would love to own my own business. And I already had some ideas, but I can't drop them just yet. But my mom always told me when I was young to be my own boss. And not that it's bad to have a boss, but that's just the preferred way. You want to, work on your own time. Make something for yourself. Create solutions to certain problems that you and people around you face every single day. And I feel like it's like from a very young age she told me that. And that's been my goal ever since she first said that to me. And I just been thinking of ways to do that, ideas, being on TikTok, whether it may be trying to sell something on TikTok shop. So little stuff like that, I feel like have always pushed me to want to do this after. But that's really my goal. It definitely is gonna have something to do with basketball for sure. Because why would it not? But that's my goals.
Has coaching ever?
It has, because right now with my trainer at Worldwide Basketball Training, I'm actually in the works of becoming a little assistant over there. So I feel like that's gonna be my first little, I don't really know, I wouldn't say coaching, but assisting some type of training job. So I'm kind of excited for that. And if that all goes well, then I definitely would consider coaching.
So how did that kind of happen? Were you just training with him, and then he liked you a lot, and he saw your leadership skills, and then he kind of recruited you to become like an assistant coach?
It kind of was like, I don't really know. He didn't really put it together, and neither did I. But I was like, if I can have a job and be in the gym at the same time,
that's awesome.
It's like a win-win.
Yeah.
Like I can get a workout in, and then I can work. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I mentioned to him that I would be willing to, and he was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like he was kind of surprised. He was like, "Of course! Like we'll definitely figure something out." So I appreciate him for like extending his hand and like that opportunity to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So would you want to go to like the WNBA if that was possible? Like if the opportunity came up?
That's always the goal, but I feel like it's always good to have a backup plan. And even if I were to make it to the WNBA one day, I still would probably pursue those goals right after college. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Have you been watching WNBA recently or not really?
I kind of have been getting into it, but I've been kind of more into football. I don't know. I just watch the football games.
You have like a favorite team?
No, I just watch whatever.
Whoever's on TV.
Yeah, it was whoever on TV. But also, I was watching South Carolina versus Memphis. The women's South Carolina played a couple nights ago, and I was watching that game. It was pretty good. They obviously won by a lot, but
that's fine.
it was still fun.
You watched the game last night with Sabrina Ionescu or no?
No, but I saw the winning shot.
Yeah,
We were talking about it.
Yeah, it was kind of.
She's
big
nice.
Yeah,
Their shoes are sharp.
Yeah. How do you think women's basketball has changed over the last 1 to 2 years
Oh
with
my
whole
gosh.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They were showing before and after of the crowd sizes at the WNBA, and the way it's increased is insane. And I just feel like, bro, like girls are just taking off, and I feel like this is no better time to be in the women's sports industry because it's getting so much attention, and I feel like so many females are getting recognized for what they've been doing. Like this isn't anything new. Like we knew women can put on a show just like the NBA can, but I feel like it's definitely they're getting their credit through these views and stuff like that.
And I also thought it was really cool with the Sabrina Ionescu and Steph Curry All-Star Shootout. I thought that was really cool. That was big for women's basketball.
Yeah, and some people still have an issue with that, and I feel like I was looking more into that part. Like people weren't happy about that, but I feel like what's there not to be happy?
I think you should be happy if you're a basketball fan.
Exactly.
Like WNBA, it's all the same thing, right? We're just playing basketball at the end of the day. So
everyone doing what they love.
Yeah. So we're kind of wrapping it up here. I know we're telling time here. So last question I'll ask you, Maysen. What's some advice that you would give a young girl or a young kid out there that's really trying to pursue Division I basketball? What would you say?
I would say pursue uncomfortable situations. Ever since I heard that, I haven't looked back. I haven't really shied away from anything that would make me not necessarily uncomfortable, but like that would make me really out of breath, or my legs would be tired, or I'd be sore the next day. Like I would say just work out as much as you can, even if it makes you tired, even if it makes you sore, even if it makes you uncomfortable and stuff like that. That's an example for me because I started working out more than I ever have in my life, and I feel like at a point it got normal and I got used to it. So it kind of develops good habits in your life, and it just only makes you stronger and better, I feel like. So, and even like challenging yourself, putting yourself out there, volunteering yourself to make the final game play and stuff like that. It always is just going to make you better for the next time you have to do something like that. So I would say just always pursue the uncertain, uncomfortable situations, all of the above, and you'll be better off in the end than as if you stayed, you know what I mean? Like staying in the comfortable situations will only keep you mediocre. So stepping outside your comfort zone is only going to grow you.
That's awesome. I think that's great advice. And Maysen, I really appreciate you for coming on to the podcast.
Of course, thanks for
coming on.
Warren, sign us out.
Thank you guys for tuning in for episode 2 with a very special guest, Maysen. It's been an honor, and we hope you guys tune in for the next one. Thank you.